Hi guys, it's me again, and I'm bringing more of an older review for an older shoe. Excuse me for the noise in the back room, it's a vacuum and stuff. Cleaning day here at the house, but here we have the Adidas Power Swerves from a little bit back. It's one of the more, you could say, recent colorways, one of the last releases here for the Adidas shoe. There were three editions. There's a Power, a Swerve, and more of a control version or a lightweight version of this shoe. And right here we have the Power version. People said, oh, that was a myth, but it really isn't. Like, I'll vouch for that. I've done research on the internet, and there were three versions made of this shoe. Difference with the Power version, you can see it says Power right across here. It's in the insole. It has a little bit more tungsten or whatever the metal is in the shooting thing element, but I'll show you that later. So first let's go over the materials of the shoe. This whole upper here, from this red stitching all the way across through the power element back into here, it's all kangaroo leather. A very good soft kangaroo leather. Right here we have the shooting element, which is nice, almost tacky rubber. In the back, I'm not sure what type of synthetic this is, but it's almost a synthetic leather, and it has in this colorway here has a carbon fiber finish. Guys can't see it, I don't think, but pretty cool. With the Adidas 3 stripes, and then sole plate. It's a two-piece sole plate with 4 studs in the back, and the rest of the studs in the front. The TRX stud pattern, which is pretty good. These are a little heavy right now since I just washed them recently. I've been playing with them a lot, but I had to say, it's a great shoe. I mean, I had these shoes. I bought them in the beginning of summer. It's November now, and I play with them almost every single day. They held up great, and there's nothing bad I could say. A couple little bad things that could be improved if they made Power Swerves again, but I think this is one of the best Predators Adidas has ever released, and I'll be serious about that. So let's go first with here the upper, this kangaroo leather upper. I'll talk about the touch and shooting all right now. The touch, I think, is very good on the shoe when you're touching with the outside of your foot, because you can see just this whole full, nice chunk of leather. You could say that every touch is just going to be nice, soft, and good, and it's a great feel to have a very thick kangaroo leather, and I think everybody who likes kangaroo leather shoes will like this shoe here. It's very good. In the shooting, we have the shooting element here. You have just this nice kind of thick rubber thing going across up here, and then across the instep is these ribs, almost, you could say. And the idea behind it is this thicker rubber parts for drilling the ball, and these ribs here are more for curving and putting a little bit of spin on the ball. Do they work? It's hard to tell. But one thing I can tell you is trying to hit the ball straight, it's a little bit more difficult with the shoe, because the ribs kind of do play an effect on adding spin to the ball, and I think that's why it curves so much, because it kind of adds a little bit of spin. But I don't know, might be just me, have the way I shoot. With this Adi Zero, I think it's one of the best Adi Zeros for that David Beckham type free kick, just putting the ball over the wall and just curving it. And even on free shots, I mean, it always kind of puts a little bit of bend onto the ball, and I love that a lot about this shoe. And I think that's the more priority of this shoe and more of the earlier Adidas's, because they're all inspired by David Beckham, because David Beckham was a big time wearer of this line, the Predator line. So, you look at David Beckham's free kicks, this is how he hit them, with this shoe back in the day. What else can I say about this? The shooting, I think, is excellent, though. It feels very secure because it's a thick, heavy shoe. I mean, just if you feel it, it's just not a little bit of thinness. It's not any skimpy little shoe like the current Predator, the LZs, that suck, I think, in my opinion. But this here is just great. It's better than the Adi Powers, better than the Pred X's by far. And this here is just a wonderful shoe, and it's, I think, a good buy if you want to find them. I'll try to find a link and put it in the description, if not now, when I upload the video, sometime in the near future. But let's go into the insole of the shoe, which is, I think, where all the magic happens, you could say. So we have this iPrene insert here in the heel just for a little more comfort, but the rest is still really well padded. This shoe came with 2 insoles. I'm not really sure the other insole is right now. I apologize for that. But it had this insole here, which from here you can see this power insole because it has a little metal element there. But the other one was a lightweight insole in a way, where it right here it still had this kind of bump here, but it was just plastic, a hollow plastic, just so we could fill that little cavity in the shoe. I think I always had this insole in because when I bought this, I mean, you put the other insole in, it feels way lighter by far, but the point of the shoe is to add power to your shot, and this here, and you can see it's very heavy, I think, because look, just holding it, it kind of has a slight bend, and you see this, how heavy it is, just that element, and it does almost play it, I won't say it plays an effect, because obviously shoe doesn't make the player, and then a shoe won't determine how hard you shoot the ball, but it does almost add like a tiny bit of an advantage, I think, which I know some people will disagree, saying no, it's not going to help you at all, but I think it does personally. So I think it's all about the personal preference. If you feel it's helping you, then it helps you, but then if you don't feel it's not helping you, then it doesn't. I don't think anybody could argue against that. It's personally how you feel about the shoe. The rest of the insole, I think, just very basic, very good. Just the metal inserts here a little bit better. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. The inside, simple, you know, and then if you look inside a little bit more, there's the cavity. See it right here, it's a little bit dirty since I did play with these a lot. Here I say the tongue's another part, crucial part. See, you just kind of put the straps over. It's one of the last soccer shoes, I think, modern soccer shoes that did that. Now the Pelés do that, but they're not really a power boot. But I like this a lot because it does hide the laces good, and I don't know, it just improves on the amount of leather you have on your shoe. Because it's not just now this. It's like, you know, you get a ball out of the air, you're touching leather. And I think it's good. And so it adds a little bit more to the touch of the shoe. Fit-wise, it fits pretty wide. I won't even lie. Like, if you have a wide foot, this is one of the best Predators out there. And Predators have always been more of a wide-fitting shoe. But this here is great. And it does stretch enough. So, I mean, even if it doesn't feel 100% right at first, it will feel right very fast. And even if you have a narrow shoe, the laces tie pretty tight. So, I'd say it doesn't really matter. It's all about your personal preference. What else could I say about this shoe? That, durability, I've had these for months now, and see just a little bit of scuffs here in the leather here in the front, and right across here there's a little bit of a separation in the, right here, you can't really notice it, but otherwise there's nothing. Oh yeah, in the other shoe, on my left shoe, this part right here, the stitching kind of came undone, but you know, I could put crazy glue or something on that. She probably will, because I want to preserve these shoes as much as I can, because they do fit pretty good. It's a size 11, by the way. Since they are a bit of an older shoe, you're not going to find them in any of the online soccer stores, or even your local soccer store, unless you have kind of like, no offense, but a Mexican store nearby, because they tend to have older shoes, which I do have a couple by my house, where they have Vapor 5s and stuff like that. You know, unless you have one of those stores kind of around your house, you're not going to find these anywhere. I bought these off Amazon.com for, what was it, $80? Which is pretty nice, and they came out, they're $200 and $80, 2 Predators back, you know, it's pretty decent. You know, I'm not going to complain about the money, because it's worth every penny. I'd say it's worth $200 too, by far. If they still have the shoe for $200, I'd pay that much money, because it's just that good. Well, thank you guys, stay tuned for my next video. Should be coming up soon. Thank you guys a lot. Just remember to subscribe, and leave in the comments any shoes you might want to see in the future when I go out shopping. Maybe I'll consider buying those so I can review them, or any other soccer equipment, let it be socks, a ball, shin guards, anything. Thank you. Bye.